As many of you know, there are very few advanced academic or leadership opportunities for professionals in the early care and education field. This program was designed to help fill that gap in our state and to serve as a pathway into doctoral programs. Educators in this Postmaster's Certificate program learn about using research to drive changes in practice and in policy. And this program enhances educators' capacity to be change agents, to be the voice in the field advancing change in ways that ensure that all young children and families thrive.
If I had to pick one thing that I think the field of early education and care it needs, I would say a place for educators to take their ideas. This country is filled with amazing educators who have amazing ideas, but we lack a collective place to take them. What if there was a center for innovation and inspiration, and we could all bring our ideas there? That would be an amazing experience. And you know, other fields have that. Other fields have incubators and centers for innovation where larger companies invest in ideas that grow really huge. Why don't we have that? We should. That's what we need.
I have an entrepreneurial spirit that I discovered over the last year, knowing that it is possible to open a school and to get the hiring done and all the levels of administration. And all of that was manageable because I was developing the inner strength to take a chance and begin a startup.
Social entrepreneurship is taking resources and rearranging them to a higher social benefit. So for us, it's about not just having a great idea, but actually being able to do something about it that takes resources and creates higher value for kids, families, and communities. Social entrepreneurship takes three main ingredients. First is passion. Social entrepreneurs are passionate about a problem, and it's almost always a problem with which they have absolute direct experience. The second ingredient is insight. Social entrepreneurs come up with something they think will be a better way. And the third is the ability to make stuff happen. It's about finding a way to actually implement change on the ground and truly to solve problems, not put better band-aids on them.
Sí, otra vez. ¿Otra vez lo quieres cortar? ¿Puedes?
Ahí.
Ahí. Perfecto. Mira qué linda queda.
It's hard to go back to school financially, but I think it's key to elevate the field. We're going to have to get more education to more people.
The Postmaster's Certificate program focuses on the integration and the connections between research, policy, practice, and leadership development. In the area of leadership development, there are a number of really important components that need to be in place to nurture leadership for change and leadership for innovation. And some of those things include building an infrastructure, really an ecosystem where early educators' ideas and insights can be nurtured, where there's support for developing those ideas and innovations.
Definitely agree with Marty. I think that you need to have that mentorship and lead us in that right direction to get to that appropriate audience that needs to hear our message.
What I saw in the students at the Leadership Forum absolutely blew me away. Every single student I met had so much energy for the thing that they had been working on. What I saw was a real resolve on the part of those students to try to figure out how to make something happen. They weren't really content with an academic exercise. They wanted to go out in the community and change things.
For me, one of the most valuable aspects of the program is the opportunity to meet other educators and form this network of professionals who are looking to further the field, to advance change, and access to the university library and media. I think that would help us to keep researching, to keep making sure that we're staying current and relevant to the children that we're serving.
The UMass Boston Early Childhood Leadership Institute serves to support ongoing leadership development that is so essential. To be able to take an idea, turn it into an innovation, to test it, to evaluate whether it works, to refine it, and then to, if it does work, to scale it. And that's really an important and promising area for development in our field right now.
I think that there's a huge pent-up demand for it. So regardless of whether a student would be interested in continuing in their formal education or solely working out in the field or some combination of those things, I think the opportunity to build those kind of networks and enhance learning through experience by exposing people directly to entrepreneurial ventures would be a huge boon.
The first one we have is Early Childhood Institute, kind of connecting all the cohorts and people in the state to continue to talk about leadership and change in our field, and really, empower everyone to know that they each have power to make change in the field.
What's happening here at UMass Boston for the early childhood field really stands out across the country. I don't know of a single other effort that's putting together early childhood education leadership with the idea of entrepreneurship, and that is a potent combination.
What's most exciting about the Postmaster's Certificate program, what's most empowering for me as a faculty, is to see the ideas that students bring to the program. They're willing to continue to find the pathway to address those needs in the field.
When I leave the classroom every Saturday and I drive for an hour, I keep thinking about the things that I can do, to change the world. And it's like so, so big, but this is like I have that inside me. Like I know that I want to do something right for the children.
Tell us the story.
Camila Cream.